Simulate. Or actually, let's do press play. Okay. Here we go. Now we can watch the value. Yeah, it's only going to 0 to 1. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So now this should work. Boom! Giant size, little size, normal size, giant size. And of course, this wouldn't work with the bounce pads and everything unless we really went in and fixed it up so that it wasn't getting all janky. But we can do all kinds of little things. And what you could do after this point is have an enum. And have the enum like small, medium, large. And then you, depending on which one you go with, you set the enum and you can set, movement speed, you can set jump height, all kinds of stuff based on which state you're in. That way, if you're in small state, and let's say you want small state to be much faster, but you want it to be like less jump, then you could set those individually. But if you wanted it to be larger with a higher jump but really slow or something like that, then it would obviously run through that. And now that I know I can do this, then I could eventually put together that infinite runner in UE4. I'm gonna have to get together with my team and ask them if they mind me doing that just for fun. Since we had 5 people working on it, I want to make sure that I have their blessing before I just go and start doing that. Okay, so it's looking like it is 9 o'clock. That is the end of the unscripted scripted section. If you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to start asking, and I will answer them as they come in. What am I drinking? I am drinking Gatorade today. Yeah, I am definitely drinking Gatorade. I wish I was drinking liquor. After the craziness that happened at work and all that good stuff, I wish I was drinking liquor, but I'm not. Okay, so what questions do you guys have today? Let's see, and while y'all are asking questions, I'm going to be working on level design stuff in here, so, or at least making the level a little less hideous. Maybe. I don't know. Not really feeling level design, actually. I have to do that all the time. All of the times. Oh, good God. Yep, see, so these things won't work quite right. I think it was just while it was moving, though. That is such a fun mechanic. I love that thing. Whoop. And that took forever. That alone, that mechanic, when we first set it up, took about 2.5 to 3 weeks to properly get working. So the fact that it took me, and this is seriously the first time I've done it since I found out about the crouching thing. What, 10 minutes? 15? What do I think of the new gray guy? I like the new gray guy. I like Blue Man, don't get me wrong. Blue Man was awesome. But I really like that we're actually implementing, I believe we're doing a multiple gender setup, which opens up a wide range of possibilities for character design. But I really like it. Then again, I think it looks more sleek than the Blue Man. The Blue Man, I don't know, I kind of felt like Blue Man Group the entire time. But, to each their own. And I know a lot of people like Blue Man, and I'm sure you can pull the mannequin back into 4.8 preview or something like that. Uh, Having said 4.8 preview on my stream, I am going to go ahead and say, please, for the love of God, do not just update your project to the preview. That is a bad idea because they are not tested. Please. Testing on it, fine. Want to make a copy of your project and do it on there? Fine. Don't just convert your project. And having said that, I know that there's going to be a ton of people who do that anyways. They do it anyways, and there's nothing we can do. But no one can say, I did not warn you. Don't do that. Previews are mostly good for like if you're trying to see new stuff that's coming out. Like the procedural foliage mesh, the foliage stuff is awesome. I love it. I love playing with it. Um, what is a Marjorie Young or a Major Young? Do you mean the game that my team created, or are you talking about another game? Let's see. I'm just saying, Zuriel, I have video evidence. These things get saved, so if you're like, hey, Adam told me to convert to 4.8, I'm gonna be like, no, I didn't. You can check the video. And guess what? He said, don't. Let's see. I need to comment this so I don't forget. Size changing. I'm gonna make that comment. Why aren't you letting me change the comment? Oh, are you still on? Yeah, you were still on. That's why. I'll make it green. Oh, that's why. Get off there. Apparently, multiple features were running off of one. Dead. Make this black like my soul. Kind of a orangey black. Like my soul. Okay, it's more like a doo-doo brown, but whatever. Just go with it. Don't, forgive me. Okay, let's see. What is another mechanic I can work on in the meantime? Ooh, ladder! I can do the ladder. Ladders are hard. Well, ladders aren't hard. They're just annoying and don't always work the way I want them to. Ladder. Okay, I need a scene component. I need a mesh. I'm gonna go with the cube mesh. We're gonna make it, say, 5 times 0.5, 0.5, compile, and we're gonna put the ladder right up here. Oh geez, it's gonna need to be much taller than that, and much less skinny than that. So, oops, enter. Let's go with not 100. Let's not do that. That look tall. Yeah, that looks tall enough to give a viable example. Okay, and we're facing down the y-axis, which is what we want. We want a box collision component. want it kind of close. And go all the way up. Maybe a little bit further out. Okay. So that should be... Oh. Well. Fine then. Just rotate you around. How you like them? Boop. You know what, let's give you a place to go. So if I come up here, and get off this thing, so we have a place to get to. Yeah, cool. Now let's see. Cast to side scroller character. Set movement mode. Flying. Then overlap end. Let's go with walking, maybe? I don't know if this is going to work. I haven't done this in a while either. Okay. And we need to go ahead and enable inputs. Get player controller. Disable inputs. Okay. And the input we're going to use is the up arrow. Actually, yeah. And we're going to what does this do? I've never seen this before. I don't want to add a movement. Get character movements. Let's see. I have no idea if this is gonna work at all. This is great. Oh wait, I could just do input, axis, move up, maybe? No? Okay. I'm sorry. Movement input. No, that's not going to work. Okay. Movement input. There we go, that's the one we want. Z1 scale value is 1, but we want it to be